What is up, everybody? You're live with the Prodigy. This is something new I wanted to start called the Wednesday Relationship Report. This is something as I age that I'm getting a lot more concerned with. It's kind of something I want to do on the Mansplaining podcast that I never really got around to doing. This might be a short episode, honestly, um, because it's late. It's just a trial run, and kind of I just want to gauge to see how people really was going to respond to this particular first episode. But yeah, I hope a lot of people tune in. I would like to get a lot more females involved in this particular episode, or I just want to create more content for women. So, depending on how they receive by it, if people are going to be open minded and willing to, share ideas and learn, this is going to be an interesting experience. If they're going to be closed minded and fold their arms and not want to listen to feedback, it's probably going to be bad. And I feel like because I've been in quite a few relationships. I feel like I'm pretty grounded, very spiritual person. I read, I educate myself, I talk to a lot of people. I enjoy getting inside the human psyche, learning human psychology, learning how the human mind works. And this is something I'm hoping we could do some cool stuff with. So yeah, without further ado, I wanted to have a different feel, which is why I had to count down, count things down in the beginning of the episode instead of my usual like the TJ the Project usual stuff. And I'm trying to create a network here, a brand of a lot of different type of like kind of like a potluck of topics. And if they catch fire, we'll continue to do this. I'll make a logo. I'll invest time. Today kind of generic, slapped a couple photos up. And the first topic I want to discuss are why women are undesirable. And I honestly think American women, as the years are going along, are becoming less and less desirable because a lot of different factors. Some of it they can control. Some of it is societal. Some of it they're kind of ignorant to, and they kind of refuse to open their mind up to it. Like I said, this is something I would like a lot of females to give me feedback on. Really, see, I can get on this show. We're gonna tag a lot of females because I don't have a lot of female feedback on a lot of my shows. Some of them I'm kind of forget who follow me. Let me open up my other Twitter. Who are some of my followers? Shout out to Lock Betting who just followed me, got me over 200 follows. Who are some of my females that are active? My friends that are not, what's the word I'm looking for? Um, that are not like graphic designers that try to follow me. This is something. Excuse my filibustering for just a minute because I'm trying to remember my female followers because a lot of them I don't follow really good. My friend Legally, who I'm becoming a good friend of. What's up, Legally? I like Legally. What a sweetheart. She loves music. I love Legally. I forget what her name is. I think she told me what her name was once. Her name is Legally Adria, something like that. She's a sweet girl. I know that. Susan, who follows me? A lot of these blanket ass profiles that follow me. But yeah, we're gonna get into um why a lot of American women just aren't that desirable, man. It's just, and of course we're doing a somewhat of a blanket type statement thing, and it's going to be exceptions to the rule, and we're going to have a few American women that aren't dateable, but boy is the pool small. This pool of American women that are dating that are dateable now are just other friend name. Her name starts with an A to A N. Is it Ann? Is my friend named Ann? With the gorgeous eyes? Rachel Ann. Yeah, that is Rach. Rach has her eyes are absolutely beautiful. Um Rach is a sweet girl. All right, so that's just a couple females. Let me see how I continue to tag this right here. Relationships, maybe. Uh Relationships. Love. What else we could tag this as? Love who? Love Island, Love is Blind. Love is Blind. Twitter. Top Chef is something that's trending right now. YouTube. Do a lot of live content. I don't edit stuff. That's not really my demo. Like I said, I'm gonna go on much earlier. I literally got this like idea at the blue ass sky. I'm gonna try one of these kind of like midday at some point and see how this works. But yeah, just a lot of women are hard to date because they're influenced by too many people. Um they're influenced by media, by magazines, by newspaper, by other friends, by family members. Like to me, if like you shouldn't be taking advice from anybody who hasn't been in a successful marriage. Like how do people in an unsuccessful marriage um give you advice about anything? And it's something right now called trending called kiss the girl. That might get a little bit of traction. Kiss the girl. Yeah, how do unsuccessfully married people give you marriage advice? I never understood why anybody would even bother getting or soliciting the opinions of unhappily married women. Like toxic women are going to make you want to be miserable. Like you cannot really um you can't really get advice from people who've never been successfully married. If you never even successfully been in a relationship, you shouldn't be giving anybody advice. And a lot of females are friends with people, and their mind, they're friends with people that I would call an unbalanced friendship. And what an unbalanced friendship is basically she's friends with a girl that don't threaten her stability or threaten her current state in life, that don't threaten her ego, that's not going to challenge her to be better. A real friend is going to tell you when you're wrong. They're not going to always criticize you. It'll be constructive criticism, but it'll also be someone that always want to see you win. They want to see you grow. Not these females that keep you on a lower vibration, your lower chakras, your lower energy, that are going to sit there and just keep you engulfed in nonsense and drama and mess. They don't want you to be more intelligent than them or equally as intelligent as them. They don't want you to pursue life goals that are better than whatever they have going on. You know, they don't want you to um, sometimes be as pretty inwardly or outwardly as them. But let's focus on the outer uh beauty, which a lot of women tend to focus on. There ain't nothing wrong with that. It's a lot of absolutely drop dead gorgeous, beautiful American women. However, and unfortunately, at times that's all they have to offer. Like they don't have any substance to really that compliment men. And this I tweeted this out earlier and I put it on my Facebook. A lot of these women basically want men to be daddy because they didn't grow up without daddy. And I understand that. Like you need that emotional connection. It's going to be a very balanced perspective for me. It's not ever going to be one sided because I'm not a one sided thinker. I'm a very multifaceted, well rounded, or what I like to consider myself a very well rounded thinker. So I can look at things from a lot of different angles. And um, a lot of times women just get the wrong advice from female friends who aren't qualified to give good advice. Like the only barometer you can really judge somebody being qualified is just how long they've been involved or successful in a relationship. And I feel like a lot of people, male and female, but this is specifically on women because I think women have to be strong for men to be strong. And I know that sounds kind of backwards, kind of counterproductive, but men are all about logic. Women are the ones that kind of fill in the gaps when you're feeling low or you're feeling down. That's what women do. Like they make men feel good. And not that a man can't do that for themselves or a woman can't be logical, but it's just I'm going off the nature, natural way of things. Because it's a yin for a yang. A woman is a man's yin and then yang and vice versa. And that's what these things are. And right now, American women are locked in this lower energy vibration that encourages you just to sell your body. That encourage you all the behavior and activity that they're involved in is all destructive, counterproductive behavior that make women undesirable. When you just have a woman that's at her very base level, and I know most women are not going to admit this, but I've seen the most college, PhD, so-called independent women. I'm not weak. I have a mind of my own. Twerking when a beat drop, and that's how I know it's a spell. It's like a spell with women. Like when women are around a phone, and when they're on Instagram, or when they're on Snapchat, or when they're on Facebook, and they're being bombarded with other women to compare themselves to. That is a dangerous cycle for women to be in, especially women that I would say that are probably from a lower class or women that don't really have a whole lot of um positive affirmations or positive symbols or positive reminders surrounding around them, like a good job or a good mom and father. a good mother to imitate herself to or against. There is going to be what they're going to look to next is reality TV stars or people in a magazine or people that have any that's getting any type of attention from men. And I feel like that's where we are right now. But to talk about some of the specifics of why women aren't really dateable, let's start with just looks. Some women are that are fine as fuck. Like, I'm sorry, and this is a late night show. Some women that are really fine, they only bank on that. They think, oh yeah, I'm gonna give this man this mediocre product because this is something that we see that's very rampant in the OnlyFans space, the Snapchat space. Like these are things that you see where a woman thinks she can. Okay, I got a big booty. I'm gonna charge you $20 for this 20-second clip of me twerking my butt. And then when you look, when any reputable or self-respecting man be like, "What? I'm not paying that money for that shit." Women get insulted because, and simps don't help this. We're gonna have to talk about simps at some point. Simp culture really empowers a lot of these women to be entitled because it is foolish enough people out there that pay $20 for a 20-second to 1 minute Snapchat clip, which is crazy, or any type of whatever moving media clip or GIF or sexual image, short clip, whatever you Snapchat, whatever it's called. It's men that's crazy enough that'll pay for that. And a lot of these savvy women, I got to give women credit for capitalizing and cashing in on this. A lot of smart, savvy women are like, you know what, this dude's a simp. I'm gonna take advantage of this stupid ass. That's what a lot of them would do. And y'all simps, y'all are making it bad for men that are about business, men that stand on principle, men that are bosses. Y'all are making it bad for us. And so that's the one thing. That's the first I would call bullet point of why women are undateable. Like a lot of them think they could just leverage their looks when a man that is about means, and I'm not Kevin Samuels or nothing. I think he's a bit extreme. I feel like it has to be balanced. It's not too many men. It's either men that are doing shock value or men that aren't doing enough at all. It's not much in the middle. Like I feel like a lot of these dudes just do stuff to get attention. They try to say the most absurd things. They try to say the most disrespectful things just to get attention from people, and or just degrade women or be extreme so they can get into the algorithm and people can watch them and stuff like that. But yeah, so beauty is the first thing. Women think they just leverage their looks. To a man of means who has a lot of options open to him, that's not going to work. What else do you have? That's what he's going to ask. That's the natural question that this man is going to have. What else did you have? The second thing is the disrespectful women. The American women have a lot more privilege to be disrespectful. And let them tell that they don't have freedom because all this men still make less money or women make more money than men and all this shit. Or, men make more money than women. And they think that's across the board that you try to control their physical body too. Most men in the United States cannot control women. Even the most powerful, I would say probably the like 1 to 10% of very powerful men, yeah, they could do something and likely get away with it. Even though in today's time it's becoming less likely that you'll get away with shit like that because the people are just a lot more aware and they report stuff like that. People are a lot more conscientious and a lot more empathetic to women being assaulted or what they perceive as being overpowered by men. So it's less likely to happen in today's times. So women really sound crazy when they try to say a man trying to control me. Men can't really control women today. So the women's mouths and feeling like they don't have to be respectful. Specifically, I would say women that are making under $30,000 to $40,000 thinking they can respect any man of any means. Like even if a man is still a man. Respect for men can get other men hurt, or I should say disrespect. You disrespecting a man, even if he makes 25,000, 30,000, or under that, no man is going to let you disrespect them. They don't let other men disrespect them, so they're not going to let women disrespect them. And that's something that a lot of these women have a bad habit. They have a terrible idea. They're just disrespectful. They think they can say whatever they want, even to their bosses, say crazy stuff. And then when they don't get fired, which it don't happen as much as you think it does, because a lot of these companies are afraid of getting sued. They're afraid of all these Title IX people. They're afraid of all these cancel culture people. So women are generally are allowed to be a little more disrespectful, unless once again you're the top 1 to 10% corporate white male or Asian male, Arab, those people that fall in that category, which is a small number. You cannot get away with being disrespectful to your boss. Women can, because a lot of men are afraid of the backlash that's going to come with a lot of these real important men, these top corporate guys. they're really afraid of the backlash that comes with getting a negative report like this. And yeah, women just being disrespectful, not knowing when to just let a man do what he's going to do or do what he needs to do. Now, at times, women are great for talking men out of doing stupid stuff because they have that sense of the seeing the unforeseen coming. Women are very instinctual creatures. They're very instinctual. I don't mean creatures. They're very instinctual beings. Like these women, that's just what they are. They're nurturers. So that's kind of a sixth sense. Like a mommy can know when something's wrong with her daughter. But these American women, if they want to be married, they have to understand a lot of this stuff's not going to fly, especially when men know that they have options in other countries. And this is something I encourage all men to do. Do not just saddle up on dating an American woman in the United States or American woman in general. You still got Europe. You still have Asia. You still have Africa. You still have Australia. You still have the Caribbean. You have options. You don't have to settle for these women. And a lot of those women, a lot more. And the women in America say, oh, yeah, that's because y'all want somebody that's easy that's going to lay down. No, a man wants a woman that he can cooperate with. I don't want nobody I can run over. I want my woman to be a boss and be able to think for herself and be able to defend herself, where most importantly, I don't have to always be around and feel like I have to worry about her. Yes, I will want my woman to do that. But these women, America, and giving these women jobs and giving these women scholarships and giving these women these vouchers for different, supplemented housing and public housing and all that, make these women think that they don't have to be respectful. And God forbid, man, if she has a handicapped kid or children, plural, she don't need a man for nothing. If she gets about, I would say anywhere between like $5,000 and $10,000 for her kid, she's gonna be straight. It ain't gonna be nothing you could do with that woman. And that goes to my third bullet point. The second one was disrespectfulness. The first one was leveraging beauty. The third one is women are they don't need a man if they have special needs children or multiple children or they're on some public assistance program. So leveraging disadvantages and the advantage of being a woman. That's our third bullet point. So that's another reason some women settle. I'm gonna lock that on to my current point too. A lot of women use that to settle, and some men aren't going to want to go for that. They don't want a woman that's just going to settle. They want a woman. Some men, I know I'm one of them, prefer a woman that's constantly trying to better herself, constantly trying to learn something new, constantly. You want that mansion? Help me get it. You want that penthouse? Help me get it. A dream starts in your head first, and then you got to manifest, and then you got to make it happen. A lot of these women be wanting men. They want to sit back, be cute, put their foot up, and the women are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Women know how to be beautiful. They know how to. When you find the right woman that just make you feel like a man, ain't nothing like that. But the schizophrenicness of women, in this America, it's in such small burst that you can't really, you never know what she's going to be. And a lot of the times that could be a problem. So, women, y'all have to, American women, if y'all are trying to be dated, y'all have to understand that you have to be your man's rock. Men have to deal with so much stuff, especially lower level men that work in probably like the blue collar or the production part of sector of the United States. You work in a factory or something like that. It's a lot of stresses that come with jobs like that. And men don't want to be bothered when they get home. They already have enough stress to deal with outside of the house. Why would they want to come home? The one place where a house is a man's castle, that no other man should be able to tell him what to do. No person in general should be able to tell him what to do inside of his own castle. Why would a man want to come home and deal with this stuff? And these are things that women aren't thinking about. They don't think about, maybe I shouldn't have said that to him. Or, that probably was the best thing to do. So these are issues that American women that make them undateable. Once again, when women don't feel like they need a man because they have a special needs kid and they get money, they're getting a check, they getting some type of public housing voucher or something, you still need a man. Especially if you raising a special needs boy. What you gonna do when that boy start running over you? You gonna wish you had a man then? Like, that's what these women don't be thinking about. This is something that they need to start considering, because I've come across several women in my past that don't feel like they need a man. They got a single child, they get a check, they get public aid or something. And okay, you think that until that kid grow up and he wants more, especially if you have a boy. Boys are usually go-getters, especially if they grow up in a they're not on some type of brain meds, or they're not compromised by something bogus school system. He's gonna want to know, Mom, why did you keep me in this? I'm a man. I'm supposed to be able to provide for you. I'm supposed to be able to do more. Men are go getters. And that's another thing, ladies. If you try to out go get your man, you will be lonely. A real man is not going to let you out go get them. I'm not saying she can't do something. I'm not saying a woman can't be ambitious. Most women will not out go get men. It's not going to happen most of the time, because a woman is going to run into something called a brick wall, which is another male who will play dirty and not care about your feelings. When you're getting up into the high echelons of life, it's usually a lot of men up there that have done dirty stuff to men who are equally as strong as them. What makes you think they're not gonna they're gonna think twice about stepping on a woman's feelings? Not gonna happen. Now, is there some strong women that can bat with men? Yes. But if it comes down to anything physical, which some men, if they feel threatened, they will do something to you physically to make you a disadvantage to get what they want out of life. So women have to be prepared for this. I'm not saying they can't do it, but some women run into their reality thinking that, for example, take the military. In the military, everything is equal. You're going to run them drills equal. You're going to do all this rough stuff. You're going to get hazed equal. They're going to try to break you mentally. Most men are generally prepared for that. Some won't be, of course, but a lot, that's something that's just rough stuff that men are usually made for. Most women they're not really ready for that life a lot of the times. So you have to consider, when you're an independent woman, the type of game you plan for. You can't pull that they're doing that because I'm a woman. When you get up in a savage field like police work, or you go into like the legal field, or you go into high corporate America, you will be challenged by men. You have to get used to it. And some men are not going to take kindly to their wife trying to outpower them all the time. It's not going to happen. That's just not men. Men were put on this planet to be competitive. Not that women can't be competitive. It's in men's nature to go get things, to bring it back to their woman, to provide, to give her a baby. This is part of what manhood is. A lot of these women try to give men things and look at them like they're crazy. And I understand a lot of women in America are dropped in unfortunate situations. Do not get me wrong. However, you have to learn how to level with a man that's trying to help you when you're in that situation. You cannot keep blaming them for why you're in the situation. You cannot blame them if somebody else put you in that situation. You have to know how to meet people where they're at. And this is something that American women, because of a lot of factors that I mentioned earlier, television, media, marketing, magazines, bad parenting. This is a system that they get locked in, and they wonder why they go from unhappy relationship to the next unhappy relationship to nothing but perpetual unhappy relationship. A lot of the times they put this on themselves because they refuse to get to the root of why they are the way they are. And of course, men can have this problem too, but it's something that is bad with women. The next thing is stop hovering education and different advantages that you have over your man. That is the quickest way to get him to run off. If you're dating a man and he's a hard worker and he's a go-getter, but you have a degree and you got the money, do not beat him over the head with the fact that you make more money than him. That is a quick way to get cheated on. And I don't understand why women cannot comprehend this very simple rule. I still haven't figured it out yet. But a lot of women like to play with fire and they get burned. Hell, it'd be times where a man will cheat on you with guess who? Your closest to you that is more humble than you, be it your sisters, your cousins, down and dirty aunt or mom, or even your best friend. Ouch. Don't that hurt? And you put that on yourself. Especially if she can cook, the last thing you want to do to your man is irritate him when he already has to deal with a lot of uncontrollable irritations outside of his house. It's never a good idea. And I still haven't figured out why women do this. I generally have a preference for Southern women because they're the complete opposite of most things I said in this video. However, a lot of these new age, new era Southern women are starting to drink the Kool-Aid. And pretty soon, because I felt like for a long time, felt like for a very long time, that Southern women were the most desirable women in this country. It was something about that Southern hospitality. It was something about that, just making a man feel like a man. They're not too complicated. Sometimes they're okay with being stay-at-home moms and stuff. That's always going to attract a man over a masculine, educated, I'm going to talk down to you female. It always will. And I still cannot, for the life of me, figure out why women cannot comprehend this one. But it is bad. Women, y'all need to learn from these things. The time clock is ticking on y'all. Men are going to start jumping the border. They're going to start leaving your home. They're going to start going to get women from other countries. Hell, some men even, and this is way out there because I'm not into any of this. It is starting to be a lot of men sleeping with transgenders to get away from some of these toxic women. It happens a lot more than you think it does because I read about it all the time. Yeah, if they can find a nice looking, attractive transgender woman that don't give them problems, they will go get a transgender woman over you. It's happening. Women, y'all need to tighten up. As Trick Daddy said, y'all need to tighten up because a lot of these, as he used the analogy, once these white women learn how to cook and get some booty, it's over for y'all. But I'm telling American women in general, American women need to tighten up because pretty soon it's already happening. Men are going to start in droves just giving up on American women because no man wants to feel less than. No man wants to feel like he's being talked down to by a woman. No man wants to feel like, he can't be at his own space or around his woman at peace. Y'all are going to start getting round up and ain't nobody going to want to be around y'all. Y'all gonna have other women complain about your problems with it, and only a woman's gonna listen to that so long. It's just the unhealthy habit. Oh, the last thing I forget. Women, health is important. Health. I cannot stress health. And you learning how to keep your house in order. You have to have your house in order. If you got negative energy in your house, how do you expect to be productive? If you're not healthy, how do you expect to be productive? Women, y'all got to tighten up y'all bodies. Yeah, y'all got to have a big booty, but man, don't no man want a woman with a belly hanging over her clothes or, she could probably got health and heart problems. That's not something the man wants. I hope y'all enjoyed this very first episode of Relationship Report Wednesday. This is something I'll try to do every once in a while. I'm gonna try to get Omari and others on here. Omari, Jason, old school Jason, JoJo, them sometimes. And yeah, man, learn from these lessons. Boss up, build your wealth. Always be looking. Stop worrying about other people's problems. That's another thing a man doesn't want. Focus on your house and then try to help the world. Or just focus on your house if that's all you want to do. Stop comparing yourself to other people that didn't have they weren't dealt the same hand as you. Don't no man want to hear about, oh, Becky over here got this and that. You don't know how Becky got that. We can't control it right now. Let's work on us. Boss up, get your money right. Stop making excuses. Manage your time better. You can do this. I'll talk to y'all soon. Prodigy out.